Okay, so we are in. And yep, this is, it seems like normal Nomad. Yeah, it's normal Nomad with the water then. So let's see. Oh, well, and right off the bat, red actually sees blue, so they are very close to each other, the opponents here, and well, let's see how this is going to develop. Water is all around the map, pretty bountiful on the fish, so I'm kind of thinking that nobody can really make a mistake with placing a dog here. It's not really going to be any kind of problem. And Jon
Oh,
Snow,
this map
yeah,
looks amazing for fish. It's just so densely packed everywhere.
yeah, and literally it's all around the map, so there are no really empty spots, and can't make any mistake whatsoever. And Poots is right now making use of it, dropping up Doc at the very left corner, and someone else following. It seems like that Jon Snow is, yeah, also. And he's very close to Poots, so it's going to be very interesting actually between them, because Poots is at the very peninsula there. It's kind of cut off from all of his allies, and he's going to be fighting against Jon Snow. So probably the two best players from the last game at least fighting against each other. That's going to be quite interesting indeed. Or is it going to be happening? Because Jon Snow is right now moving away and placing his TC on the very right side. Well, in that
Be
case,
interesting. Everyone's very clustered in the right-hand side of the map.
yeah,
Like,
it seems
all
like,
6 of the TCs are just in this one third area.
yeah, they're just placing the TCs on the right side and dogs on the left. That's going to be quite interesting who's going to win and what. So far the placements seem to be kinda okay for Influenza, most definitely. He's having triple bore, a deer right inside his down center, and the gold is very close by as well, with some other mines also. And do we see something else interesting here? Quite a lot of stone, a bit of south of him. That's quite a big mine. That's going to be helpful indeed in the castle and also in the Imperial Age. And he is fighting next to Jon Snow, and right there, there is Ooms. Really, this is going to be so super confusing, because that's all the teams right on top of each other.
That'll be a fun game, especially if we have both the Vikings directly next to each other. So ideally, they both want to be brushing, but because they're so close to each other, they need to be attacking.
Yeah. Quite interesting indeed. And right now, okay, Blue has lost the Willy to the TC.
I think he's trying to call Loom. Call for a rematch.
I kinda think so. We are at 4 minutes, and I kinda think that should be.
He said re in his team chat, but he didn't say it in all chat.
I think it should be. I'm just going to check in here in the rules because I don't remember the time frame all that precisely, but there is something about Nomad here. It's first 3 minutes. Okay, so it's basically up to them. That was beyond 3 minutes, so it would be just up to the fair play of basically the Jedi if they wanted to replay or not. Seems like it's not happening, and well, yeah, it was well within the rules at this point. It was just being not careful enough for Glocken, which is unfortunate for him because losing villager this soon is obviously going to set him back quite a lot.
Oh yes, and his dock itself isn't in the best position. It's sort of in the little bit of a bay area there, so his fishing ships aren't going to be too efficient.
Yeah, he was maybe hoping that actually the water goes all the way around, which it really doesn't. And well, he sees it, so I'm not exactly sure why did he place the dog there. Maybe he placed it before he scouted it. Maybe. But at the same time, it's not really
Just a
all that
little bit
horrible.
unlucky.
Yeah, probably just unlucky in there. Quite a lot of stone though, right next to the dock, and also a bit closer to his base, so that's something to take care of.
But there's no real gold near either of the Viking players, so they're going to have a fairly tough time going for a galley rush. Like the next closest gold is towards the middle of the map, just south of Puts.
Yeah, that's quite a lot of gold. There are actually 3 big mines together with stone. And that's kinda closer to Puts, so yeah, it's definitely going to be very hard for the Jedi player Ooms, because he will be basically 1 versus 2 at this point it seems. So not really good tidings for him.
Yes, but Puts will be there to help him, so it'll sort of end up turning into a 2v2 war, I reckon, around that central area, around those golds and stones, while Influenza and Jon Snow just battle it out down in the south.
it's really going to be quite interesting how players actually take this game. If really this is going to resolve into exactly as you're saying, the 2 versus 2 at the top and 1v1 at the bottom, or if maybe someone is going to try and switch it off, because you can see that right now Jon Snow is building a house a bit closer to his ally Orange. So maybe he will be thinking that he can actually somehow join with both of his allies and maybe go a triple on someone.
Honestly, I think he's more just interested in getting some scouting information. Because, like, look, we can see he's found 3 more boar and 4 sheep, which is
Yeah.
very, very helpful for his economy. But I think I would like to quickly point out that Influenza, he's really far ahead in population compared to most of the other players.
Wow, really,
Like,
he is.
especially versus, like, say, Glocken, he's a full 7 bills or fishing ships ahead of him. The massive, massive advantage.
Yeah, that really is. And it seems like that Influenza should be advancing into feudal pretty soon, I would kinda guess. Because really this amount of villagers is really high. And yeah, he's right now at 200 food, so it seems like that just a minute or two, and he will be advancing and quite ahead of everyone. So he might be even having a decidedly upper hand on the water battle, because those war galleys would be just controlling anything that Jon Snow does. But at the same time, Jon Snow doesn't have docks on the right side, he has just docks on the left against boots. So maybe won't be really all that much of an advantage as he would have hoped.
Well, even so, like, he doesn't even have to go for water, to be honest. He could just go for, like, say, one dock galleys while he goes for, say, an archer rush or towers. Oh, and look at these deer that Influenza is taking.
Oh,
They're
well,
so
he's...
close to Jon Snow's TC.
Yeah, just looking at it, and that's definitely way too close. And you can see that Jon Snow was trying to actually wall up through houses, and that's exactly what he's right now doing. And yeah, he's trying to wall him in, actually. Those villages. I'm kinda thinking that he's waiting to put his next house between the stone and the mill, to actually make sure that those 3 villages are inside. But can he actually do something about that? Not sure, but right now he's going to get killed. The one village that was built in there by the triple. And what is actually not good for Jon Snow is that Influenza doesn't really mind, because he's having all those extra villagers that he can actually use those against them. But he's going to lose one or not?
Oh,
No,
no.
well.
Oh, that sidestep at the end, and
That
he
was-
just survives.
That was pretty
Oh.
damn well played. Damn well played, but he's just 4 hit points, so that's basically just waiting for the death to happen. Not really all that much of a difference in the long run, but still, that was very nice micro from him. Very nice micro indeed. And first
well, we can
feudal
see that
ages from
The
Jon Snow
Viking
and
player
Wolves.
is obviously going up quickly to try to get a galley rush, but he doesn't have gold income anywhere. His villagers are out searching for gold and he can't find any. He's almost about to find a gold in the middle of the map. He's just missed it by a couple of tiles.
Just going to switch into him, how close he actually came. And, oh well, right now he's going the right way. Yeah, right now he sees, and that's exactly what he was looking for. Nice. That's a slight victory for there. But he's also moving somewhere else, and he's basically just letting Puts go there for himself, it seems. He's right now also discovering the gold. And
I just saw in the chat that Angelina Jolie says that he's going to up and go for Fast Castle Knights. And I feel like that could be quite decisive at this stage, because all the golden stones, as we said, in that middle area there, and if he can get in and deny
there's going to be some villager
taking
battle
that gold
next to the
then
gold,
this could be really badly.
Oh well, Anglican is unfortunately for him kinda overpowered, because he's having just 4 villies against like 6, or what is it, for red, and yellow is joining in the fun as well. So that could be. Oh well, right now this is going to mean I kinda guess that red will have to retreat, because he's being joined. Or, oh, sorry, I'm just mistaking teams here. Puts is actually with the Jedi. No, he's not with RoR. So that's another bad luck for blue. And, well, his game is getting worse and worse by the minute.
Oh, Glocken is just in such a bad position at the moment. He does no gold. No gold at all. He's got nothing he can do here. He's wedged in by all these players.
Yeah, he definitely is. And right now he's just thinking that he can maybe advance into faster castle. Maybe going for some extra stone at the very bottom or not. No, he's just being killed by villagers from red. So that's basically some Willy wars. And oh well, he's going to lose those too. At the next to the gold, or rather next to the stone. He's just being raided all around by villagers from red and also yellow. And well, really, I'm not really seeing how this game could get any worse for him as it is now.
Oh, we almost ran into a town center there. I'm just waiting, personally, for to build a tower on the other side of Blue's wood line from his town center, just to completely ruin his day.
Yeah,
Just
that
like,
could be a pretty good idea.
The left-hand side puts his towering a wood line, and then so if they could tower that other one, then Glocken would be in such a bad position.
Yeah, right now Vulcan is going for mining camp on the stone, so he will be thinking about advancing into castle himself if he can. And, well, he actually can't, because he doesn't have the resources at all, so right now he's just going to maybe sling his allies, because he's basically out of the game at this
I
point.
think he's selling his stone for gold so that he can make galleys.
Yeah, that could be true.
But the problem is that it's just so late for him to go for galleys. By the time he has any galleys at all, Influence is going to be in Castle Age, and he'll be able to make a couple of fire ships. And unless you have mass galleys, everyone knows that fire ships win pretty easily.
And yeah, the tower is already dropped at the wood line at the very top from yellow. That's exactly as you called it. So this means that the Glocken is actually is being forced in a much smaller area than he would have liked. He's basically just being ousted out to the sea. And yeah, already right now the other RoR players asking if they should be helping Glocken somehow.
I think, to be honest, the best thing they can do is Angelina Jolie get some knights and send it to that gold mine that and Puts are both mining. Like,
Yeah,
one or two knights right there is going to completely screw them over.
well, Influenza is already having a pretty decent army of like 3 scouts and double camels, so he's just going to right now raid onto Jon Snow, who is having 3 camels at this point, so it should be kinda enough if he plays this correctly next to the TC possibly. Wait.
Influenza is also adding a monastery though, so he'll be making monks soon.
Yeah, okay, so that's going to be a bit of a bad luck for him, for Jon Snow, because both ow, his camels are just going to be killed at this point. And well, it seems like that Influenza is really taking this carefully. He doesn't want to lose units needlessly, and he's maybe just waiting for the monks to actually complement the army, and then he will take the battle full on.
Oh, Puts is building a new town center very, very close to Angelina Jolie on this main stone mine.
Oh yeah, that's
While
definitely close.
simultaneously, he's got a siege workshop up, ready
Yeah.
to go and attack Glocken.
Okay, so Glocken will have to defend pretty soon against some battering rams and together with some other army. I don't really see anything extra, so it seems like that it will be just some siege to actually get through to the base and maybe at the TC. But otherwise, there's going to be some battle between Angelina Jolie and Puts soon, because they are both having TCs at a very close range. And only Angelina Jolie is having just the barracks at the very left and also stables, and he's already producing some kind of knights at this point, so it might be helping him quite soon. And well, yeah, first McGonagall is out for Puccino, and this is going to be just, yeah, pretty much a nightmare for him. And Glocken is trying to defend himself by building an extra tower next to the TC, which is not a bad idea, and could actually help him by some time.
AJ is raiding Influenza a little bit and has denied a town center that he's trying to build. But he's just been forced off by a monk coming in and converting some of the knights.
Yeah, it seems like the Jon Snow has built his monastery as well, so it's basically going to be exactly the mirror here. They are just going to do basically the same strategy, both of these players. And yeah, right now conversion going on. And did the monk succeed? No, he didn't.
Oh, Glocken going for the full tower defense, but he's getting denied by Mangonels at the moment.
Yeah, quite decently. And Puts is definitely just using one Mangonel here, and that's all he needs to actually put his opponent out of commission. And Spooms is actually joining in, and with towers himself. So basically that's kinda delayed trash at this point. Well, pretty delayed, but it should be successful because obviously Glocken doesn't have anything against that. And well, right now he's moving just to the last line of forest at the very back, trying to survive as long as he can, but not exactly sure if he can survive long enough. I'm just going to switch maybe into some of the other RORs if they are receiving some resources for Glocken. At this point I wouldn't really think so, but still, maybe an option for him.
I don't think Glocken really has the economy to sling anyone anything at the moment. Like,
Yeah,
all that he's really able to get is food from his fishing ships.
Yeah, it's just that I don't really see him doing kinda anything on this map, just building some extra towers, which is resulting from the stone being mined, obviously. But otherwise, that's pretty much it. He's not even defending
we're about to have
himself.
a big fight in the middle of the map here. Influenza fighting versus Jon Snow and Angelina.
Ah, yeah. That's proper 2 versus 1.
Definitely a good fight for them. So the problem they're going to have is Puts is booming really hard at the moment. He has 4 CCs going. And very soon he's going to be able to push into Angelina.
Well, Angelina is also right now red in yellow, so he's at least trying to do something about that, because the booming is really hard, just as you say, and if he can stop that from happening, well, right now Angelina just building another town center next to the stone.
Is this the opposite of a Persian douche? Douching the Persian player? Well, that's what it looks like is happening to me.
Yeah, that's... oh well, that's a lot of buildings at a very short span of land. With an extra castle right now being dropped by Puts, so that's a slightly better idea than what Angelina Jolie is doing. But Angelina could probably stop it if he's fast enough, but it doesn't really seem so that he's fast enough, and the castle will be up from yellow. And that's a bit of a problem for Angelina at this point.
But while that's happening, Jon Snow is pushing in quite strongly. There's a lot of monks out and a lot of camels. And he's also making some battering rams. He's trying to push through Influenza's buildings.
Yeah, with proper use of those monks, he should be converting quite a lot of camels from Influenza without really any kind of losses. So it seems like that Influenza might be needing some extra help from his allies, because Jon Snow is really doing quite well, and the double with the help of Angelina Jolie did really do quite a lot of damage and kinda disrupted his play. Because once they get next to the gold, next to the TC, it's going to be all that much more difficult for Influenza to actually defend against on this kind of attack.
All of the players have just slung Influenza whatever stone they have, and he's been buying stone madly with all the gold he has. So it looks like he's building it. Yep, here it is, a defensive castle right next to his first town center. Just to try to hold on for a little bit longer.
Yeah, he said just now Jon Snow trying to kill the market so that he actually can't sell or buy anything else that would help him, but well, yeah, the castle seems to be coming up at this point. Doesn't seem like that the green will be fast enough to take it down, even though he might make an attempt at it. No, at this point he won't. Just going to take it slow, and maybe...
Glocken is going for the double transport ships to try to run away with some of his villagers.
Oh yeah, right now, that's pretty much the best idea that he can do right now. And run, well, he has like half of the map free, so he can just transport anywhere he wants on the map, literally.
But there are red war galleys coming up the south area.
Yeah. Oh well, that's
of water, and if they kill all 3 of these transport ships, oh, that would be so bad for Glocken.
Yeah, we'll have to follow this, because this is going to be quite decisive if Glocken can actually survive in the game or not. His base isn't really all that much destroyed, but it's not really his either. You can see a lot of dead bodies in there, so yeah, it's basically that. And Red is making a strong claim on the whole blue base at this point.
And we see Puts now, he's pushing
Angelina
really hard at the moment, using that castle as a nice area to push out from, like defending his knights and camels and monks.
Yeah, it really seems like that the castle was exactly the right decision, and maybe if Angelina went for the castle faster, it could have been him actually winning
the transports
here.
are being attacked.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it.
All the transports
Oh
being attacked by
yeah,
war galleys.
yeah. Okay, and right now Gokhan has to somehow retreat and unload probably.
Oh, he's just dropping the villagers off
Yeah,
wherever he
just to
can.
make sure that they are not killed.
He really did not manage to get very far at all with those transports.
Yeah, he didn't. And there's a lot of conversion going on inside Influenza's base, and well, that's a lot of pikemen out of nowhere. That's a lot of pikemen out of nowhere, and you can see that Jon Snow is not exactly winning this battle. He's exactly getting slaughtered at this point. And very well played by Influenza, who just waited for the right moment, and right now he is definitely winning and employing Jugonos as well, which is meaning that Jon Snow has to retreat, and he will be under pressure pretty soon himself. This is a pretty convincing battle, and in the middle, yellow is, well, he's kind of forced back. So Angelina Jolie has been able to defend with camels against those knights, so that's a pretty good job. But at the same time, he's been raided on the gold pretty substantially, which is not something that he wants. And does he have some extra save gold at the back? Ah, yeah, there
Oh,
was
and the
a lot of
GG
it.
is called.
But GG's are gold, and well, the Jedi went to go. Well, this was a pretty interesting game. I don't kind of think that Gokhan will agree with us. It was going all the wrong ways for him from the very start, and unfortunately, it finished this way, as was expected.
Oh, that was a very entertaining game. There's all sorts of funny situations happening. Poor Glocken just stuck in that corner all
Yeah.
game.
But Jon Snow did quite well against Influenza. If it wasn't for the very end, where actually Influenza was just with him for the right moment, and then he deployed all his units, but up until then, he was having pretty huge problems defending against Jon Snow, and in the middle, Puts against Angelina Jolie, that was kinda equal for most of the game, until the castle came up. That was the game changer in there.
And Putz's economy is just so massive. Like right now at the end of the game, he is a
Yeah,
full 30 vills ahead of Angelina Jolie.
quite well played. Quite well played. So looking at the achievements at this point, with Puts being the MVP of the game, which was kinda expected because he was really at the best kind of position. He wasn't attacked by anyone the whole game.
Oh yeah, like they didn't really. There wasn't much they could do early in the game because two of the players had no access to gold.
Alright then, GG.